Good afternoon. Today's topic will be labor variance. As I have told you that cost is having three elements, that is your material, labor and overhead, right? So this is the labor variance now. Under this labor variance, first is the labor cost variance. Okay, under this labor cost variance, we have three different types of variances, that is efficiency variance, rate variance, idle time variance. Now you can write it this one as labor efficiency variance or labor rate variance or labor idle time variance. Okay, so these are all the three parts of labor cost variance. Now under this labor efficiency variance, there are two types again, that is mix variance and yield variance. Just before this yield you have to write it labor. Okay, labor yield variance, labor mix variance. So it is the same thing. Now when we are talking about labor cost variance, it is mainly related with the workers of an organization. Okay, how many workers will be required to do how much work, and what will be the wages they will be getting for the work they have done. Okay, so for that reason labor variance or labor cost variance is calculated. Now it will be how to calculate the labor cost variance. It will be actual wages paid to workers with the standard wage prevalent in the institution or in the organization, whatever the standard wage they have set in the organization, and actually how much wages they are paying to the laborers, that will be denoted in the labor cost variance. Okay, there will be difference between the standard and the actual. I hope you know what is standard and what is actual. So this is labor cost variance. It will be dealing with the wages, actual wages paid and the standard wages which was set by the organization. So we'll see now what are the different types of labor cost variance, that is efficiency, rate and idle time variance. Okay, we'll see one by one. Let me just make the screen. So here we'll see the labor cost variance. Now labor cost variance, what is the labor cost variance? It denotes the difference between the actual direct wages paid, okay, actual wages paid and the standard direct wages that specified for the output achieved, means how much production they have to do, how much output they have to produce, and for that production how much the standard wages should be given to the workers, and it have to be compared with the actual direct wages, how much actually they have paid to the laborers. Okay, that will be the difference between standard wages and the actual wages. That is a labor cost variance. Now how it can be calculated, this is the formula: actual hours into actual rate. Okay, the hours, how many hours they have worked, with the actual rate, that means how much they will be paid according to the hours they worked, actual. Okay, actual will be minus with standard hours into standard rate. So you can know this: AH stands for actual hours, AR stands for actual rate, SH stands for standard hours, and SR stands for standard rate. Now next is, under the labor cost variance there is labor efficiency variance, right? Now what is efficiency variance? Efficiency means how the laborers are working, whether they are working properly or not, whether they are working according to the time, how much output they have to produce, they are efficient to work or not, we see under the labor efficiency variance. Now under this labor efficiency variance, it is also again the difference between the standard and the how much actually they are efficient. Okay, so this will be clearer with the formula. That is, labor efficiency variance is actual hours minus the standard hours for actual output. That is, actual hours, how much it was set, how much they have taken actually for doing a particular work, and whether it is according to the standard hours set by the organization or not. If it is not, there will be a difference, right? There will be a difference which will be multiplied with the standard rate per hour. What is the rate? How much money, how much wages they have to be paid per hour. Okay, it will be multiplied with the standard rate. So according to this, if the standard hours is, let's say, 5 hours, and actual hours they take 3 hours, then they are finishing the work earlier, yes or no? 3 hours actually they work, but the standard was set for 5 hours. So when we see the difference, that means actually they have taken less hours to complete the work, right? So that means that will be favorable for the company. If suppose The standard hours was 3 hours and actual hours they took 5 hours. They took more than the standard hours. Then it will be adverse. Okay. So the same pattern will go as we have learned in the material variances. Okay. The formulas only it will be different for the labor variance. So this is labor efficiency variance. Next is labor rate variance. Now rate is denoted with the price, money, how much money have to be given, how much wages have to be given to the workers for a particular work to be done, how much production they have to do, how much output they have to produce. Okay, for that reason the rate will be determined. The rate will be set by the organization, that is the standard rate. And the difference between the standard rate and the actual rate will be giving you the labor rate variance. So what is the formula? Actual rate minus standard rate into actual hours. So actual rate, how much it has been paid, and standard rate was how much, which was set by the organization, multiplied with actual hours. Now again you have to compare this one whether it is favorable or adverse. How we will know? Suppose the standard rate was 5 rupees you have to pay per hour, and actual rate when they went to the market, then the laborer are charging you 6 rupees. Okay, 5 rupees was set for the standard and 6 rupees they are charging. That means the actual rate is more than the standard, then it will be adverse. Okay, now standard rate again, if it is favorable, then what it will be? Suppose the standard was set at 5 and actual rate is set up at 3 rupees. So that means actually the laborer are charging 3 rupees per hour, right? So in that case it will be favorable for the company. So this is labor rate variance. So in rate variance we see the difference between actual and standard rate, okay, the price. And in case of efficiency we see the output, okay, how much they are efficient, how many hours they are working and all. So next is, so I have written here favorable rate variance arise whenever actual rates are less than the standard rates. Unfavorable variance or adverse variables occurs when actual rate exceeds the standard rates. Okay. Now next is the idle time. Now what is idle time variance? Idle time variance is like if the workers are working in an organization. Okay. Now in the organization there might be some machines, there might be some electricity, and all these things will be there. Now in this case idle time variance is what? Idle time means they have not utilized that time. Okay. Let's say when there is no electricity, there was no work in the organization. When there was no raw materials available, then there was no work in the organization. Some workers are not coming in the organization to work, they are absent. So in that case, these are all the idle time. That means this is a wastage of time. Okay. So that is known as idle time variance. And idle time variance is not always fixed. It is uncertain, right? You don't know whether electricity will be there or no, whether the machine will break down or not. You don't know. So in that case, purposely the workers don't do those things. It is uncertain, and in that case, if those things happens, then the time is known as idle time. I have given the explanation of this one and I have already explained to you. You can go through this. Next is overhead variance. Now overhead variance, again this is the next type of overhead variance. It is the next element of cost variances, that is overhead variance. First is material, labor and overheads. Under this overhead we will be seeing only the indirect patterns of the cost, that is indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. All these will be coming under the overhead variances. Now again, for overhead variances also, again the differences, to see the variance we have to always see the standard overhead and the actual overhead. Whether the standard set is favorable or adverse, we have to check it. We'll check it only if we know if there is any actual overheads. Okay, the standard will always have to be compared with the actual overheads. Okay, this is the overhead variance. Now this is the structure of overhead cost variance. Under this overhead cost variance, there is fixed overhead variance, variable overhead variance. Under this, again fixed overhead variance is divided into fixed overhead expenditure variance. These things will be clearer to you once we do some numerical problems. Okay, so when we do the numerical problems, it will be much clearer to you. So for that, we have to practice more of these type of questions.